Hi, welcome to Better One Day at a Time. My mission is to better everyone's lives and to help give you the tools to create balance in your life. Today, we are going to be talking about goal setting. What is it? And how you can personally maximize your potential using goal setting. Then, we will wrap it up with a positive effect that habits have on your life and how you can use them together to reach your goals. Let's first talk about what goal setting is. Goal setting is knowing where you want to get to, which is a good start. I'm going to talk later on about why that isn't necessarily the best idea. Just like in my introduction mission statement video, I spoke about Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland quote about Alice not knowing where she ought to go from here. The Cheshire Cat told her that depended a great deal on where she wants to get to which she replied she didn't care where. Then, the cat told her it didn't matter much which direction she went. This is critical because how are you able to make it to your destination if it's too vague? The answer is that you can't make it. You are always going to be chasing the end of the rainbow if you don't make a concrete goal. So you must create a goal that has a way to quantify or actually see a change. The trick is to not get too bogged down in reaching that goal. Instead, simply doing the daily habits that are moving you toward that goal both constantly and relentlessly, then only checking in occasionally on your progress. That is how you will improve over the long term. The goal also must have actionable steps to take that are easily measured. I highly recommend the book Atomic Habits by James Clear to anyone looking to improve themselves. In this book, he talks about real goal setting is a complete shift in your self-image. For example, someone that is always broke doesn't need to earn more money. They need better spending habits. Those spending habits will eventually manifest themselves into a shift in who the person sees themselves as. They will see themselves as someone that doesn't waste money on a $4 cup of coffee that they can get for free at the office. They will also get pleasure out of not wasting money, which is the best part of character change. That character change doesn't happen right away and will take time. But once that critical shift in self-image occurs, that person will get pleasure from doing things that are in line with their perception of who they are. That is why a person that sees themselves as an athlete gets pleasure from putting in the work. When creating goals, it can be helpful to break them down into different time horizons. For example, make a goal for 1 year from now. In this example, my goal will be to be healthier and more confident in my body. The quantifiable part of your goal is that you want to lose 20 pounds of fat and put on 10 pounds of muscle, which is very doable in a year. Then ask yourself where you need to be in 6 months in order to be on track to reach that goal. You may say that you will want to have lost 15 of the 20 pounds at this point and have added 5 pounds of muscle in those 6 months. That gives you a goal to strive for in the short term, which will break down to a monthly goal to lose 2.5 pounds of fat each month, which then breaks down to just over half a pound a week. Now we both know you can lose half a pound a week. Now that you know what you need to do on a weekly basis to keep yourself on track, being disciplined is much easier. Remember, if you improve 1% each day for a year, because of the power of compounding, you will be 38 times better by the end of the year, just by improving 1% each day. However, if you get 1% worse each day in a year, you'll be only 2% of your former self. Now that is the power of your daily habits. If you aren't already extremely driven, don't worry. It comes with time. Just as any practice or exercise takes time to build your resilience and strength. You can create discipline and resilience through small, seemingly unimportant habits. Because of the way that habits compound, you will see a huge change if you constantly add and improve your habits for the long term. If you try some of these small habits and find they work well, you can build up just like how an athlete ends up being stronger after 5 years of training compared to his first few weeks. Or how someone that changes their eating habits will look completely different by the accumulation of those small habits over a long period of time. So, how do we achieve that complete shift in self image that James Clear was talking about? The answer is that we must start building momentum each and every day, because it is a process that doesn't happen overnight. Some helpful tips that have worked for myself and successful people that I know are: 1, make a to-do list the night before of the most important things you need to do. On this list, keep it short. You don't want to get overwhelmed when you look at it. I like to start with 1 to 2 things I need to do in each part of the day, like in the morning, afternoon, and evening. So keep it to 3 to 6 items over the course of the day at the beginning, and you can over time build up as you improve yourself. For example, in the morning, I might have a workout and a quiz to do for a class that I am taking. The trick is to actually write these lists down. The reason is that when you complete a task and cross it off, it introduces your brain with a satisfying feeling of accomplishment. This way, you are making it satisfying to do things that are not necessarily fun in the moment. Second, prioritize your events on not just short-term outcomes. I see this very frequently with people that are caught in the rat race. They do this all the time with finances. They prioritize their short-term needs and don't take time to focus on their long-term interests. This may manifest itself with a lack of learning and saving or investing for the future in favor of short-term consuming behavior. One of my favorite quotes is from James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. The cost of good habits is in the present. The cost of bad habits is in the future. This explains why for so many it is hard to prioritize the future or even to give it any thought, because your habits are literally costing you more now, whereas bad habits are generally satisfying in the current moment. Successful people know this and live a life that focuses on their future. I will go into more detail on that in a video soon. As always, your support is greatly appreciated, and by supporting and sharing this content, you are allowing other like-minded and driven people the opportunity to be exposed to these videos. Don't forget to be better one day at a time, and I will see you all soon.